All right, thank you so much for joining me. Today we are studying Psalm 91, and this is the book that we are studying from. If I could show it. It doesn't, there we go. All right. So as an overview, this psalm was composed by Moses for the tribe of Levi, who reside in the temple. And that was something new for me. I did not know that the temple in Jerusalem where sacrifices were offered, I did not know that it had a dormitory. I knew that the tribe of Levi were the temple singers and the ones that played instruments, but I did not realize that they lived in the temple. But when I think about it now, it makes sense because every other tribe had a portion of land and Levi did not. So Levi's portion was God's service. So this is the second of 11 Psalms, which were composed by Moses and compiled by King David into the book of Psalms. So we're in the fourth of 5 books, and this is the second one in the fourth book. In this psalm, Moses prophesies, is it prophecies or prophesizes? It looks like prophecies about the redemption from this current lengthy exile. And so there's been 3 different exiles: the Babylonian exile, the Egyptian exile, which is behind me. That's Moses talking to Pharaoh, trying to let his people go. So the Egyptian exile was the second exile, and then we're now in the third exile and the final exile. All right, so he encourages us not to allow the length of this third and final exile to lead us to despair. We should rather trust in God that he will save us from the distress of exile and in the end, redeem us and show us his salvation, as he's promised over and over again in the Psalms and other places in scripture. So the first thing that I want to share in the commentary is commentary from verse 1 of chapter 91. The English is translated as, "To the pious person who dwells in the hidden place of the Most High, who abides in the shade of the Omnipotent." Okay, so this is commentary on the shade of the Omnipotent, a lingering shade. The soul is multi-dimensional. On its surface, it is made up of intellect and emotion. Beneath this surface lies the soul's essence. This is the soul's supra-rational love of God, which is not constrained by the limits of intellect. The devotion to God that derives from the soul's external self is tenuous. Its intellectual and emotional tools can be exploited to crave the material world, but the soul's innate love and devotion to God is immutable. This part of our soul rarely dominates our consciousness. We are generally aware only of our soul's external manufactured love. During times of prayer or meditation, we can access the essence of our souls. Our intense devotion to God floods our consciousness during these moments, but dissipates when we walk away from our spiritual activity. Yet the importance of these moments cannot be underestimated. Although we cannot constantly maintain the intensity of our soul's essence, we are charged by its lingering influence. We may not feel the full rapture of our soul's love, but we can retain the uncompromising devotion that it inspires. The present verse alludes to the lasting impression the soul creates. Our soul's essence acts as a shade to the external dimension of our soul. Just as shade protects, so does the soul's essence. It shelters our intellect and emotions, providing them with a foundation of commitment to God on which to build. Wow, wasn't that so deep? And it follows up nicely what Psalm 90 was talking about as well. So in the fourth verse, it says, "His truth is a shield and an armor." The commentary on the verse says, "You will be shielded by the truth of God's promise to protect those who put their trust in him." Okay, so that was all that I wanted to share from chapter 91 of Psalms. I felt like it was very deep, the whole part about the soul, and I hope that it connected and resonated with you, and that hopefully with focus and concentration on our prayer and meditation, we can obtain those spiritual heights and then bring that passion and that connection through in our work and to our families and our environments, and make every place that we go better off for our having been there. So thank you so much for watching, and God bless you in all that you do. Have a great day. Bye-bye.